I think it's pretty safe to say that a lot of us have a lot of unanswered questions about the brand new Minecraft Warden mob. One of the most mysterious, in my opinion, is about the flashing lighting that would appear when the Warden is actually approaching. But in this video, everyone, we have some information that talks about all of that straight from one of the Mojang developers themselves. That is why in this video we're going to be talking all about this new Warden information and how it actually reveals a lot more than you may think. So if you do go on to enjoy the video, be sure to drop it a like and subscribe if you're new around here. I do daily Minecraft videos, but without wasting any more time, let's get right into it. Just in case you do not know, the Warden is the new mini boss that was actually revealed all the way back in 2020 at Minecraft Live. This mob, from what we know so far, will only spawn down below in the deep dark and will roam the biome itself looking for some unexpected victims. This mob is actually a lot more interesting than you may think, because it's not only the only blind mob in the game that cannot see, but the mob itself is actually meant to reflect the first scary night of Minecraft, where it just makes you feel very vulnerable, very unexposed, and very unexpected as what could be about to happen. Now, something pretty strange in this gameplay footage that personally I did not know it would actually be in the final game. I just thought they added it for effect just for the video. But the lights somehow would actually start flashing on and off as the Warden was walking through the caves. So as the Warden was actually approaching and the player, King B Dogs in this case, was looking around, the lights would actually slowly start to flicker on and off. Now, none of us knew exactly how this worked and why this would happen, but I think this new bit of information actually gives us a really good idea of why. This tweet was made by King B Dogs back on the 3rd of April 2021 now, so a few days ago, where he's actually replying to someone called Pink Elf, who actually was basically asking about the Warden and what inspired him to give it its shape and a bunch of other things like that. Where King B Dogs actually replied, "I attribute a lot of the shape and aesthetic to Cookie Cat 9, whom I gave a bunch of keywords and inspirations to draw from. A key phrase I defined for the Warden was the monster in your head is more terrifying than what you see. So for visuals we wanted something abstract." Now that's probably the most interesting and cool piece of information we've got so far about the Warden. We know that the creature itself is not meant to be that scary. That's why kind of in the live stream and the footage we've seen it kind of limps around and just wobbles around a bit like a derpy iron golem, but it's actually meant to make you feel more scared in your head than the mob actually is itself, which I just think is really cool and actually kind of cute. I feel really bad for the Warden. Be sure to drop a like on the video if you feel a bit bad for the Warden. So yeah, I feel like we've got a bit of a Five Nights at Freddy's situation coming on here, where in that game the lights sometimes will actually turn off randomly and just leave you in a pitch black room. And the scariest thing about that is not that you're gonna get jump scared, but it's about what is in the darkness, what is going to come next, what is going to happen, right? And that kind of thing seems like it's been recreated in Minecraft, not necessarily like, oh, the Warden's here, what's it gonna do, but what's going to happen. Now I just think that is so cool, but I just wonder if this effect can actually be avoided, because in the live stream we did actually see that as the lights would go out, so would the lights, so that's just pretty cool. So I wonder how much this effect will actually happen and how frequent it will actually be. I know that this is a really cool effect and I do really like it more than I hate it, but I just wonder what this could mean for the rest of Minecraft players that really do not care about the Warden. Is this feature exclusive to the deep dark or exclusive to the vicinity of the Warden, or will this happen all around the Minecraft underbelly? Like, will this happen all the way in the Lush Caves biome or the Dripstone Caves? I think not, and from what we know so far I'd have to say no to that. I really do think that's most likely a no, but if you think about it, I think that there is quite a bit of potential for this to go a bit wrong and annoy more players than it pleases, but nevertheless I do really like this. But that's not all, we actually got more information from King Dogs, who says the entire reason I implemented the environment getting darker when the Warden is around is so that you see the details of the Warden as little as possible. When you're not entirely sure what it is or what it looks like, that's when it is the most scary. So yeah, this is a bit of a funny like situation. This just reminds me of like a video about like Fear or something, I don't know what it was, where like someone was hearing noises in like the woods or something, and they thought it was like the scariest creature ever, and they thought maybe it's like a lion, but when they shined a light over at it, it's just a little cat, you know. So I feel like it's not exactly the same, but it's kind of a similar situation where the fear itself and the unknowingness and just the unexpected nature of this is just meant to make you feel more scared than the actual mob itself. And that actually explains quite a lot about what I was feeling, especially when watching Minecraft Live 2020, because when I was watching it, when I saw the lights flickering on and off, I was expecting the scariest creature ever to pop up out the darkness. But when I saw the Warden and what it actually looked like, I was left feeling a bit unscared, if you know what I mean. So yeah, I'm guessing for those players that have not necessarily saw the Warden up close like us lot may have, and a lot of players that are just maybe new to Minecraft, will have a very creepy and scary experience, where compared to players that have experienced it a lot, will know what the Warden is like and may not necessarily feel as creeped out and scared as other players. But I do really think that's cool how in depth Mojang have gone with it, and just how much in detail they've actually thought about all of this. But to finish up, let's talk about the last thing King Dog says, which is it can feel unfortunate to spend a lot of time making this amazing cool looking mob and trying to hide it as much as possible, but that's the delicate balance you need to strike when designing immersive experiences around horror. So that's a nice little finishing statement by King Dogs. Be sure to let me know what you think about all of this Warden information down below in the comments. I know it's not necessarily the most groundbreaking of information and something we may not have been able to guess, but it's still pretty interesting to hear nevertheless from one of the main people, or I really do not know, maybe the only person working on the Warden mob itself over at Mojang. Drop a like on the video if you're excited for the Warden, and let me know if it's your most excited for feature from the 1.17 Caves and Cliffs update. You can also check us out on Twitter, Twitch and Discord. There's links to all of them down below in the description. But without wasting any more time, I'm gonna go. Thanks for watching and goodbye.